Right when you are.
We good?
Yeah, I think we're good. We're live. I know
Cool.
that.
We are live. Hello, everyone.
Doing
Good
typical
evening, everyone,
show
and welcome back to the From the Banking podcast. We are live on YouTube tonight. It is Thursday night, 8:20, and we've no Amber again, Aaron.
Yep, I'm just disappeared again. I'm going to assume it's work, but fair enough. I mean, we ain't making money yet, so makes sense.
So it should be good, put it that way, Christmas, put it that way. So tonight, guys, you've got me and Aaron. We're just going to chew the fat, as they say. There's a couple of things we're going to talk about. And the first thing I want to ask you, Aaron, is what you think about the breaking news from Kim Illman on Formula One, the Formula One photographer. He broke it 14 hours ago that Giampiero Lambiase has signed for 2028 with McLaren, with the proviso that he will go on to be the team principal. What do you think about that?
I mean, it's definitely interesting. I'm getting told my quality's nice. I'm going to assume that's sarcasm. My quality's horrific tonight. Before I start answering stuff, how bad's my quality? Like, is it bearable bad or is it like unbearable bad? Because if it's unbearable, then I'll try sort it, but I don't know.
On my screen, it looks not too bad.
Not
That's
too
all
bad.
I can tell you.
Okay.
On my screen.
I'm just gonna
See,
wing
when you
it.
stop talking
We'll go with that.
and you stop moving, it goes crystal clear.
So it's just not move.
I just don't move, don't speak.
That's it.
That wouldn't really work when we're trying to do a podcast with it. No. Right, mate. Go for it.
So yeah, GP to McLaren. I definitely didn't expect it. I don't really know what to think of it, to be honest. If anything, it just says to me Max is going to retire or he's leaving Formula One because
did
GP
say
as
that he
far
was
as I'm
going to
aware.
retire at the 20s?
I think there's some rumors about that. Something like that. I'm not 100% sure, but this basically just guarantees it that he's not going to stay on to F1 because GP's been an engineer for over a decade now. It makes no sense for him to go away for no reason. You know, obviously Max ain't going to be there. He's not going to be a race engineer, so he's looking onto his future instead of his partnership with Max. Is what I'd imagine with it. What do you think, Winner?
I think it's weird how they've already announced it. Because I don't know, it just opens up for everyone for now speculation for the next 2 years because he's not moving until 2028. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's a little bit like the whole Hamilton thing where he announced at the beginning of the season he was going to Ferrari. This is 2 years
no.
to go there. Do you know what I mean?
I mean, as well, with that Hamilton thing as well, that was being negotiated in 2023. I want to say somebody, I can't remember what reporter, but there's a reporter that made a story about it in 2023, saying like, yo, Hamilton's in negotiations with Ferrari. And everyone went, nah, he's not. It's not. Like, it's announced 2025, he's going to Ferrari. It doesn't really make sense why they do it so far in advance, but then I suppose it's just F1, they can't just do what they want with it. Especially McLaren and Red Bull at the moment. Big dogs in the sport.
Yeah.
Don't really care. It's not really going to affect them all that much if they announce this earlier. Because it's not like they're going to turn around and try to one of their big guys because they're going to stay because McLaren's still a big team, If you get what I'm saying,
and
I'm just rambling about it, I'll be honest.
Just for everyone, just for context, McLaren have now confirmed it. So it's not that Kim Illman's put it on his Facebook page as like a story or hearsay. It's actually been confirmed by McLaren now that he will be there in 2028. But on the back of that, Andrea Stella is reportedly moving on to Ferrari.
Yeah.
You think that?
Yeah. Well, it's going off. It's going off GP moving to McLaren because he's been given that role as team principal down the line. But then, in the same sense, has Andrea Stella's move come first? McLaren's got wind of it and gone, right, we need to get somebody in, got GP in, and then this has been announced off the back of it. It's going to be interesting to see in the order of events because if Andrea Stella's been sacked, or not really sacked per se, but he's not been. He's not been renewed for GP. It wouldn't really make sense to me, and I'm reading chat. I'm just not answering you. But yeah, I think the order of events for that, when that comes out, will be interesting to see. But I suspect Andrea's moved on to Ferrari, and then GP is coming in to fix it. well, fixed place, take space. You know what I mean?
What,
Get the gist.
I mean, GP's been Max's a mechanic now for, as you said earlier on, over 10 years. Do you think he could be a team principal? Do you think he's got it in him?
I don't see why not. I mean, he's a good character, you know. To be Max Verstappen's engineer for like 10 years and deal with Max Verstappen for 10 years, then you've got to be good at your job. So I reckon it'll do well as team principal. And it's going to answer a question in chat quickly because I keep asking me who's going to answer the 300 championship. Because it's for context, if you listen to this, the Scottish Bike Championship starts this weekend. So it was this on Saturday. They'll be on track at Knockhill. So if you want to go check out that, feel free. I don't know who's in the 300 championship. I just know Charles.
Anybody who's in the chat, we will get onto bikes shortly.
Yeah. I'll get onto that. You know, it's there. I will get onto it. You know, we'll talk about F1 first. I don't know about touring cars or bikes yet, but we'll talk about bikes at some point. You know, just give me 5 minutes. You know? But yeah, so back to the F1 stuff. It's not really F1 actually, but more on the sports series. Formula 2, I'm not sure about Formula 3, but I know Formula 2 is 100% confirmed that they are going to Miami and Montreal for the fill rounds with Bahrain and Saudi Arabia. Actually quite interested in that. I think that's going to be really interesting to watch.
Did you say Montreal, Canada? We're getting 2 Canadian races.
Canadian Grand Prix.
And 2 Miami races.
Yeah, they're doing Miami and the Canadian Grand Prix because they're filming them for Bahrain and Saudi Arabia.
They could have picked a bit Miami. They could have picked a better one than Miami.
I mean, yeah, I agree with that, but
where the money is, don't you? There's a lot of money spent at Miami.
Yeah, I reckon Miami will be very interesting for Formula 2. If Formula 3 go there, it'll be mayhem because I don't know the corner name or the corner number, but you know the hairpin before they go onto the left right for the start finish straight. Yeah, that will be lethal. If Formula 3 cars, 30 of them going into that, you are getting about 5 shunts in there, no doubt in my mind. It will be chaos. But good chaos. Good fun to watch chaos.
I think there's F1 Academy.
F1 Academy at Miami. I reckon that'd be interesting as well. They've raced there before, obviously, so they'll drivers have a bit of prior knowledge about the track and as well as teams. But I reckon they'll keep it pretty clean because they're good drivers for the car that they're in, you know. A little bit of mind about that. Some of them definitely have good potential to go into like Formula 2, Formula 3, maybe on F1, you know, it's possible. But hey, it'll be interesting to watch. I reckon if having F2, F3, and not F4, F1 Academy all at Miami, 3 will be the one to watch because it'll be pure chaos. Theo McLaughlin will be slicing his way through that. That'll be interesting to watch, I reckon. Hopefully wins a race. Who knows? Yeah. And as well, that doesn't even account for Colin Herter in F2 in America for the first time since he's left IndyCar racing, you know. Again, interesting things going on. We've got a bit of a treat for the first weekend back in terms of what's going on, but the racing maybe not so much, but we'll see how that goes. New cars especially, you know, it'll be interesting to watch.
Nice one. Right, guys, we spent 10 minutes talking about Formula 1. Well, 9 minutes. So we'll move on to the next one. We're going to go into BTCC. Aye. So we'll hit on to the British Touring. A bit of news coming out of that this week as well. The first bit of news that I want to hit on is the fact that Nicolas Hamilton has joined Draper Tools program. So that's going to be exciting. To accelerate. Like
yeah. Nick Hamilton gets in there. He's still on the grid. He deserves that seat as well. And I reckon he'll do a good thing in it. I think that's all I need to say. You know?
I think it's a good appointment.
Prove it.
If nothing else, it's keeping the Hamilton name at the forefront of British racing, right? But Nicolas has proven his worth in the touring cars. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. He didn't have a great path the last couple of years, and he's done pretty decently with it.
Yeah, see, what I like about Nicolas Hamilton as well is he's not there just piggybacking off Lewis's name, you know? He's there as Nicolas Hamilton. Yeah. It's not like he's there and getting funded because Lewis is an F1 driver and all. He's there because he's a good driver, you know? And I reckon he could do quite well in that car, you know? It's one of the better teams on the grid. So, hey, anything's possible. I'll tell you what though, if Nicolas Hamilton wins a touring car race, I'll be bouncing, especially bits like Croft. Or Knockhill. I'll take
Aye,
Knockhill as well.
that would be quite good. A few more
Yeah,
bits of
I
news,
think we
and
all
then
hope
we'll
for
get on to the last one. So I want to keep the BTCC pretty short, because I know some of our viewers are probably looking for motorbikes
that. Yeah,
talk
so
at
people
some
chat.
point. So the first two, I'm just going to kind of scratch over them a wee bit, and then we'll talk a wee bit more about the last one. So, Charles Rainford, he's staying with WSR for 2026.
Yeah.
So he's staying there this year. At the
Pretty simple.
Jack
Yeah,
Sears Trophy Championship, Daryl De Leon continues with WSR for BTCC in 2026. Hopefully, he doesn't break down at the pit entry, and I won't have to push him up the pit lane this year. Yeah.
at least it ain't
But the one
constant.
thing I know. But the one thing we're going to have a little talk about this week is the British GT champion, Ricky Collard, who's making his return with Team Vertu. What do you think about that one, Aaron?
If I had to describe it with one word, I would say unexpected, because who the hell saw that coming? I mean, we all Jake Hill going to
We certainly
GT,
didn't.
you know.
In all the podcasts we've done about touring cars, we never pulled his name out the hat at all.
Yeah. I'll be honest, Ricky Collard is a name I recognise, but if you ask me where he raced or what he did, I wouldn't be able to tell you. I think that just tells you how much I know about British GT as a whole, not about him. But I reckon it'll be quite interesting to watch because he's a proven champion in one of Britain's highest forms of motorsport. So he's again in a good team. What he could be in that championship battle, challenging Tingram and Sutton, or maybe even Goodjedden. You know, I'm still on that hype train. I'm not going off it yet. Again, it makes for a better championship and makes for a better title fight. It'll be interesting to see how it does. How he does. Yeah, excited for it. What about you, John?
What about me?
Well, what do you think of it?
I'm going a step ahead here. I've got something else I was going to talk about. I'm looking at it on the computer. I
All right, go
apologize
on.
to
Go on.
I think, yeah, very, very unexpected that he's gone back in there. But hey,
Yeah, I know
we'll
he was
find out.
two as before, but I don't know much about it.
Yeah, that's very true. What I'm going to do is, mate, I just love that I do the editing for the actual podcast on the Saturday. Sorry for you guys watching on YouTube. I'm just going to quickly run through the entry list for the 2026 BTCC. So,
Oh yeah, go ahead with it. Actually, I want to hear this.
okay. So I'll give you the name, the team they're driving for, and the car they're driving, and their driver status, right? So first of all on the list, we've got Daryl De Leon, who will be driving for WSR in a BMW 330, and he's running as an independent. We've then got Tom Chilton for Team Vertu, Hyundai i30N, which is classed as a manufacturer constructor. Ricky Collard, the same team. Lewis Selby, driving for Napa Racing in a Ford Focus. That's another manufacturer constructor. Aidan Moffat, local man to Knockhill. He will be driving for the LKQ Eurocar parts with Power Max Racing. PMR, oh, lovely. I like that team.
Yeah, PMI's looking very good this year. I reckon that'll be interesting to watch.
Aye. They're running the Audi A3. Dexter Patterson, another local man to Knockhill. He's with PMR. He's running the Audi and an independent, as we know. Max Buxton will be driving for Speedworks Corolla Racing in the Corolla GR Sport as a manufacturer. Chris Smiley, Restart Racing, Hyundai i30N as an independent. Dan Camish, Napa Racing in the Ford Focus as a manufacturer. Nick Hamilton, Team Vertu, Hyundai as a manufacturer. Dan Rowbottom, as we talked about on the podcast before, he's driving for Plato Racing in the Mercedes A35. But Plato Racing are actually a manufacturer constructor. I thought they would have been an independent, but they're not. Anyway,
Yeah, no, players got
Adam
a lot of money
Morgan.
now, so.
I know. Adam Morgan, Plato Racing, Mercedes A35, manufacturer. Then we go to the next two are Toyota Corolla GR Sport and the Independents, and we have Aaron Taylor Smith and Flash. For those that don't know Flash personally, it's Gordon Shedden. Josh Cook, Speedworks Corolla Racing, manufacturer. Sam Osborne, Napa UK, Ford Focus. Tom Ingram, Team Vertu. I'm just going to go through the next Friend of the show and former interviewee Mikey Doble will be PMR in the Audi A3. Charles Rainford, WSR, BMW 330. Ash Sutton, Napa Racing. And James Dorlan for Restart Racing in the Hyundai i30. Out of that list, we have... Who do we have? We've got 3 former champions there, haven't we? Well, so 2 former champions and 1 current champion, if I am right.
Well, sure, it's free because you've got Shedden, Tingram, Sutton in there.
Yep. Shedden, Ingram, Sutton. But Tingram's the current holder, isn't he?
Oh, yeah, but the 3 champions, it's close enough. Yeah, I want to
So,
say,
you know, Jack Sears Trophy this year, the only people that are eligible for it is Lewis Selby, Max Buxton, and Nick Hamilton.
I reckon that'd
They're
be quite
all
interesting
eligible.
because Lewis Selby and, what's his name? Tell me out. I know him, but he's become
Selby.
blank.
What's that?
Lewis Selby, Nick Hamilton, and who, sorry?
Lewis Selby, Nick
Max
Hamilton,
Buxton.
and Max Buxton.
I knew the name, right? I just had a blank moment. Okay. But yeah, I reckon Lewis Selby and Max Buxton will be interesting to watch. They're both good drivers, and
Yep.
I mean, Lewis Selby's got the advantage of being with Napa and all, but it'll be interesting to watch.
Mm-hmm.
But Nick Hamilton as well is also one to watch in that because I reckon he'll win it. But you know, 2 younger drivers, I think. I'm not sure actually. Newer drivers to touring cars at the very least, as far as I'm aware. I know Max Buxton's on the younger end, but Nick Hamilton, I reckon's my choice for that.
Yeah, probably
But we're
mine as
definitely in
well.
for a good season of touring cars.
Definitely are, definitely are. And one final thing on touring cars, mate. Do you know who topped the timing charts in the last...
Yes, PMR.
Well
PMR
done.
got 1, 2 in time charts, as far as I'm aware. I'm not sure exactly who, but I'm hoping it. Who's at PMR? It's Mikey Doble, Aidan Moffat, and another Scottish guy, Dexter Patterson. That's it. So I don't care who's top out of them. You know, they're all drivers I support, so I just love PMR this season. Don't get a PMR hat. You know, guys, if you're watching this, send me a PMR hat, please. I love it. Try my luck. But yeah, no, I know they got 1, 2 on the testing. And what say? And this is when you tell me I'm wrong.
Well, the testing, yes, you're
God,
right.
I'm wrong.
But
Testing,
the
yes,
season launch. So the season launch, it was actually Charles.
Season launch, yeah. I was close.
WSR.
Soon, Dylan.
47.1.
Have patience.
That was at Brands, and that's the average combined time. The overall time,
Yeah.
you were spot on, but the combined time over the whole sessions that they had, it was Charles Rainsford, then Dan Camish, Josh Cook, Dexter Patterson, then Mikey Doble, then Ash Sutton, and then
I don't get PMR on top. Let's go. But yeah, PMR is going to be interesting to watch this year. You know, I mean, they've got Dexter Patterson, Aidan Moffat, and Mikey Doble. None of them on there are champions, yes. None of them are really proven to be in a championship battle, but they're all good drivers. You know, Mikey's fought in independence. He won independence, I think, before. So he's a good driver in that category. I'm saying they will all be very good this year. PMR will probably end up being just, I would say maybe 3rd in the constructors. I'm not sure that's exactly how it works. I reckon they'll be lingering just behind Team Vertu and Napa because you can't really break that. But I reckon they'll beat WSR. Maybe because they were 3 cars over 2, but you get the point.
This is the part where we need Amber, because Amber is the touring car god. She knows everything there is to know about touring.
Agreed.
So
this one Amber just appeared.
What I'm going to do, I'm going to come off the cars. I'm going to come off the cars now because I know the people in the chat are looking for bike talk, and I'll be honest with you.
See, what I find really funny about this, by the way, is the 2 people in chat asking for the bike talk. They're both racing their bikes this weekend. So that's Charlie Wappleton and that's Dylan. I'm not sure what Dylan's last name is, so I can't dox him. But but yeah, I know Charlie's racing 300s this season, Scottish 300s. You'll see that. If you've seen Formula Finn's TikTok today, you'll know the series about it. But I know Charlie Racing 300s. Dylan, I have no idea what you're racing in. No disrespect, man. Just tell me what you're racing in. But there's a lot going on. I'm not
Well,
100%
there's
sure on the
24
classes.
races over the weekend. There's 24 bike
Yeah,
races over the
there's a
weekend.
lot of races.
I'm assuming it's different
I'm only there for
classes and
Sunday.
stuff.
But,
I'm assuming there's different classes of bike that are racing.
yeah, so you've got I think Wallace, right? Dylan Wallace. Oh, close enough. Um but yeah, so I know Charlie Watts, he is in the Scottish 300s. I think that's unrestricted. Oh, Dylan's in the 300s as well, right? Easy done. Happy days, they're both in the same championship. But yeah, so it should be interesting to watch both of them battle out, because from what I've got so far, they get on.
Would you like me
So
to go for the timetable for the day?
you can hit me with series. Yeah, go on.
I have the
Just going for it.
timetables
Why not?
for Saturday and Sunday from, well, there's no actual times, by the way. I don't know if there ever is on the
Yeah, no,
bikes.
that annoyed me.
So it's from 8:30 in the morning. So the first 7 classes on track get 10 minutes warm up, and that is from
Yeah,
8:30 in
that's
the
Sunday
morning.
as well, as far as I'm
Then,
aware.
yeah, and that consists of Scottish Championship lightweights, Scottish Championship pre-injection 600, Scottish Championship CB 500s, Formula Supersport, Superbikes and KMSC Clubman, Championship sidecars, and Championship 300s. I believe the 300s, is that the one that your friend is racing in?
Yep, that's what Charlie and Dylan are racing in. So that's
Excellent. Well,
easy enough then.
they're the last set of people to go out to do their 10-minute warm up, which, do you know what,
Uh-huh.
might be really good for them. Be a little bit of rubber on the
Yeah.
track.
Well, I know just about him here. It'll be interesting on Sunday. I'm not sure whether they're running that order on Sunday for the warm-ups, but as far as I'm aware, the broadcasts are rain.
Exactly the same warm up
Exactly the same,
schedule on
right?
this.
So you've got a little bit of an advantage there, because it should be raining. The metal is correct. So it'll be interesting to watch that, because, well, rain, simple. So hopefully you got a bit of a dry line going in for that if you're on later in the day. But it'll be interesting to watch. It means I get a later wake up call
It
on the
looks,
Sunday. You know, I can stay in a little bit longer before I have
looks
to
as
go to
though
Knockhill.
on it looks as though on the Saturday every class gets 2 races, and it's the same on the Sunday. Every class gets 2 races. So the
Yeah.
300s get a race, basically at the end of the first set on the Saturday, and then the last one of the day on the Saturday for race 14, and the 300s again, the last on the warm up. On the Sunday, they are last on the first set of races and the last on the second set of races. And the first race is a 10-lap race, and the second race that they have on the Sunday is a 12-lap race.
Yeah. Well, I know it'll be interesting in the wet, definitely. I hope it stays wet for most of Sunday. I know Charlie won't, due to previous events. He's had a knockkill. But I know it'll be interesting to watch the bikes going around in the wet, especially doing Duffus and Dish King, 'cause it's crazy enough, those corners in the
Are
cars.
they running normal direction or reverse direction?
Normal direction, not run direction. But yeah,
We can't
so corners like
direction
Duffus and
anymore,
Dish King
mate.
will be interesting to watch. Hmm?
It's reverse direction. We can't call it wrong
It's
direction anymore.
close enough, man. It's the same thing. So
It's
I
because
just
it's
find a bit,
it's
yeah. So
MS registered for both directions. That's why.
while we're talking about the bikes, I'm gonna just tell a little story, all right, which I know to an extent. Um, so Charlie, who's in chat at the moment, Charlie Walton Racing in chat. Um, he's racing with me in the 300s, like previously stated. He raced at Knockhill once before, and that was in the anti-clockwise layout, right? Now,
Okay.
whatever you do not ask this man about how hard it is to take Duffer Step in the wet backwards, because he's telling me before the weekend that he's racing at Knockhill. Yeah, that's what I'm doing, Charlie. Yeah. So before the weekend at Knockhill, he's going to race at Knockhill for the first time. Talks about it, like, watch out for Duffus, because it's mental. Watch out for Duffus. And he's going around. I don't know. I don't know what was on the race. I don't know if it's qualifying. I don't know what hell it was in. But it's going around, comes up Duffus one direction, and lo and behold, doesn't take it carefully and shunts it. Luckily, he was fine, as far as I'm aware.
That's one reason why I will not
Just in ball
marshal
knowledge.
the bikes. because when
Yeah,
a
'cause the
car
bike's
goes off,
temperamental.
you pick up bits of the car. If a biker goes off, you're generally picking up bits of a biker. So I'm led to believe.
Yeah. I mean, Charlie keeps begging me to go marshal it because why not, basically? And I'm
I know it's
considering it.
another experience for you, mate. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
I mean, I might go do an event or two. I'm not sure. Maybe one or two at Knockhill. I haven't got long enough to apply for this weekend, but
And because
it'll
because
be
it's
interesting. If I
MSA approved, I believe you can get your book signed for it as well.
You did take it carefully. Well, obviously not carefully enough, Charlie, because you shunted it still. 10 mile per hour or nothing.
For anyone that doesn't know, we have because we're live streaming, there is a live chat, and
Yeah, there's a yeah.
a
There's a
couple of
live chat. We've got well,
in the live,
10. Well, just a bit.
and do you know what, Charlie, you're spot on because you would have taken it carefully, but that can be tricky at the best of times.
Um, I'll just say, by the way, for the record, I'm not just bullying Charlie. I've known him since primary school. I think I'm allowed to at this point. It's sort of reached that point in friendship. But yeah, no. If you're watching my TikTok tomorrow, and when this is posted, you'll see tons of content, including that guy. Tons of it up already because I just kidnap him, force him to. Yeah, Dylan, you ain't escaping either, by the way. That's half the reason I'm going up to us. But yeah, it should be a fun weekend. I'm personally very excited for it because I've never seen the bikes before. Like I've never watched bike races in IRL,
Yep, it will
and
definitely
it's going
be
to
an
be slightly
experience for you.
terrifying. Yeah, it's going to be slightly terrifying watching the absolute monster of Charlie just running around Knockhill because what the hell? Um, but yeah, it's going to be definitely interesting, and hopefully I'll come back to you next week with a experience of it, and hopefully maybe with a
We need
rider.
a breakdown. We need a breakdown, and we need some videos.
Yes, I mean, if you want a really good breakdown, I could get um Mr. Charlie in chat on. I think that's a maybe at the moment, but we'll see how that goes. Maybe there's a
And if
good weekend.
anybody listening to this wants to go along to the bike, now I know this is going to get released on the podcasts and YouTube on Saturday morning, but there will still be time if you want to go along
Yes,
to the racing on Sunday. You
I
can
ain't
go
going
to
for the
Knockhill
Sunday.
Events. You can buy your tickets on there.
Yeah. Um. Well, I'm not going up to the Sunday because I've got a busy day on Saturday. I've got things to do, and I've got tickets to
You
Scottish
shall
Cup
capital
ice hockey
creative.
final at Five Ice Arena. So that'll be good fun. 4 ice hockey games in a day. Get in. No complaint. Um.
You ice
Yeah.
skate, by
No.
the way. Can you ice skate?
Huh?
Can you ice skate?
Can I skate? Can I?
Mm-hmm.
I think I can skate. I mean, I'm not skating in a while. It'll probably take me like 5 minutes to get used to it again, but I can probably skate.
You think you
I
can
think
skate?
the last time I skated, my skates are a bit that small. Um, but
I'm skating.
it'll be an interesting weekend nonetheless.
All I'll say to you is I have not been on the ice in probably 15 years, 20 years.
Yeah, I think the last time I would have been ice skating is probably around 2018-ish. Um,
I was going to say it
because
can't be that
long
long
story
because
short, hmm, yeah, long story short, I support the Enemy Capitals 2015 through 2018. 2018, they collapsed to an extent. And then they came back to it too, and then started going to the games more often now, and they're in the Scottish Cup final this weekend. So if you go into Scottish Cup final, you know who to root for. Root for the Capitals. Don't root for Whitley. Um, nothing wrong with Whitley. I don't mind Whitley. They're not a bad team. But yeah, it'll be an interesting weekend, especially with bikes as well. I'm trying to think what I'll say about them because it doesn't really help that we're trying to talk about them, and I know nothing about the bikes. I just know what this guy's telling me about the bikes, and
Mhm.
I'm not sure on your knowledge of the bikes, John. If you've got anything, hit me.
I have absolutely have two wheels and an engine.
Yeah. I know the one that Charlie's driving is a Yamaha R3. I know that. I think Dylan's doing that as well,
I know
maybe.
I know the general nickname for them is a crotch rocket.
Yeah.
I think that was probably the Fast and the Furious I heard that from, to be fair.
Yeah. Right, Charlie, Dylan, this is your duty now. You're in chat. Give us something to talk about. What do we not know about the bikes? But yeah, and I've watched a bit more GP before, and I think the first MotoGP race.
Here's one for the chat. I want to see if one of these guys can answer it for me. If you can, do these racing bikes have a clutch to change gear, or do you just flick it up and flick it down? I'm just curious.
I think they do. When Charlie will show me about his bike, and I think they did. Um, Trust me, guys, you need to watch BSB race at Knockhill. That will change your life. Okay, Charlie. Actually, yeah, no, we mentioned that the other week on the podcast. Tickets for that for the weekend on Saturday and Sunday. So Friday's basically just practice and testing, right? To go on Saturday and Sunday is 30 quid. If you're getting on a touring car weekend, you're dreaming. You know? That's crazy good. But yeah, no, yeah, it does
Picture.
get clutch.
Thanks very much, Charlie.
I have got the video, I think, in my drafts of him talk about how the bikes work, so I might check that tonight. But yeah, no, this is a clutch pull away, but when charging up, you don't use clutches on the 300. Wait, what? I'm trying to translate that to English. Yes,
For
to
the
have a
way, but
clutch
when
to
you
pull
charge up,
away,
right, you don't use the clutch, but on the 300s, you do need to clutch.
use clutch when going down gears. All right, okay, fair enough, fair enough. On the 300s, but yeah, they're interesting things, you know. And quite frankly, this is what motorsport's about as well. Not just sitting here and going yell at touring cars or yell like F1 and just leaving it at that. Just go and check out the other series, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Ignore that, Aaron. Yeah, well, but yeah, no, it's gonna be interesting nonetheless. You only have to use clutch to pull away and downshift. So basically, that's pretty. That's weird to me, though, because I would struggle with that riding a bike. Pulling away, you've got to use the clutch, and then going up gears, you don't have to use clutch, and going down, you have to use clutch. I would so mess that up.
It'll just be the gearbox setup, mate. It'll just be the way the gearbox and the clutch is set up.
Yeah,
Because it used to be
that would
years
screw me
ago.
up
I
so
don't know if
much.
it's still the same, but was it one down and three up or something, or it was one up and three down. I can't remember.
Some bikes have an auto blipper, so you only need to use clutch to pull away, but that's like your R1 660s and all that. All right, fair enough. I'm saying I'm just gonna go nod along, act like I know what an R1 660 is, to be honest. Well, let me search up. What's an R1 660? Hold on. Pause for a second. Let me have a look at this.
Well, a six,
What are we?
yeah, six, isn't it?
Oh, they're quite nice. I think this is what they mean. Hold on. I'm gonna try screen share, okay? Oh, what did I miss? Anything exciting?
Oh, no,
Yes, Liam, you missed so many exciting things. Hold on, so screen share that tab. Alright, yeah, so this is what we're looking at. So I think that's what you guys are on about. But let's go into this tab now. Anyway, yeah, so I think that's what you guys are on about. And if so, those ones are actually quite cool. You know, that's not a bad bike. I like the look of them. No, that one is
nice.
Oh, right. Okay, so I'm just dumb then. Right, okay. Leave that for another day. I'll actually clueless on it. Oh God, I've got a lot to learn.
No, but that's the good thing about having the live streams in the chat. We can chat to people that are very knowledgeable in what we're talking about because they actually race the bikes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So do you want to give a shout out to your friends in the chat, their TikToks and stuff?
Yeah, no. If you go on a weekend, go harass Charlie Wilkinson and Dylan Wallace. Don't actually harass them. Just go say hi to them. They're both from TikTok as well. I know Charlie Wilkinson is on there. It's just I think it's just I'll chuck your tags and chuck them on in a minute. Why not?
Send me the tags open.
Put
them on the streams when they go live and stuff.
Easy one, yeah. But you'll see plenty of content for Charlie from me because good mates. I just force him to do content, but he likes it, I think, to an extent. And then Dylan, I'm meeting this
Something.
weekend. So
Here's something just completely off topic, Aaron. Right? Just why I remember.
yeah,
I was looking through some of the analytics the other day, and you know yourself, this will be episode 15. We've managed to get 15 episodes out in 15 weeks, which
15
I
kind
think
of.
is a really good.
We've reached 7 episodes as I am old.
Yes, yes, we have. But
Joy.
on the I get the analytics obviously because that's for everyone that doesn't know, set the whole thing up at one point, so I can check all the analytics. We are getting across all the platforms, by the way, 2,000, roughly about 2,600 streams on a Saturday, which isn't bad
That's not bad.
considering there's not been much like advertisement done and pushing and all that kind of stuff because we're either at work or at school or whatever. Do you know what I mean? Or going to hockey
I've
games.
got exam leave now, mate. I'm sound, even though I've got revised. I've got like a engineering science curriculum in
You mate, I'll send you
15
over a
days.
timetable for. I'll send you over a
Steady.
timetable for putting that bit out, will I?
But yeah, just because they're in chat, and I'll chuck on the tags on the voice. So if you're not watching on YouTube, you can't escape. So Dylan's on there as Dylan UK _9. I'm going to assume his race number 9. If not, why is it number 9, man? And Charlie's on there as _Charlie _Wappington. Wappington spell Wap Ling with a G ton. Peak spelling from Aaron McCaffrey. There you go, boys. Oh,
Eh,
this is
better than the
jeez.
Cadet Marshal.
Yeah, better than that. I think I spelled Marshall wrong in my tag. I'll be like completely honest. I think I put 2 L's in.
Because you got 2 L's in it. But hey,
Yeah.
guess what? I'm the producer.
Unique.
I've changed it.
Joy.
There
Oh no,
you go.
I want to make my TikTok with that.
Mate, don't put your head down like that. You see it, your bald spot starts to blur your camera when you put your head down like that.
Yes, Charlie says he loves doing the content. So
Yeah, I see
Dylan's number
that. Yeah.
was 9, no, it's 78, right? Okay. I know Charlie, your number is, I've literally seen it on your bike, 48? I want to say something like that. I was going bald up here, I just realised that. I want to say it's 48. Maybe. That's a guess. But yeah, well, I can't remember what I was going to say. John, talk for a minute.
That's fine. I
I'm
was
talking too
going to
much.
talk anyway. So you may have
Yeah,
noticed
good
over the
idea.
last couple of days, you'll have probably seen a few posts popping up on either your Facebook or your Instagram or TikTok. Finally getting round to getting everything sorted out with the Facebook pages, the Instagram pages, and getting the TikTok and that updated. So I've now got them all talking to each other. So if I post something on Facebook, it should automatically come up on the old Insta of Gram, as they like to say. Some of these young kids. I'm not too au fait with some of these
Insta.
acronyms that kids use. Insta, but as like
Insta.
I've got a full time job. Amber's got a full time job. Aaron's full time dosser. He's at school. It was a dosser with a
God.
D, by the way. I can see your brain was trying to calculate what I said there. I can see the
Yeah.
steam coming out.
It's 42, by the way, Charlie's number. I got it wrong.
Relish these times, mate. See, when you leave school and you've actually got to do adult things, it's a pain in the backside.
Sound. Why not?
Just stay young as long as you.
Yeah, no, I'm just going to sports games, mate. That does me. Just chuck me at any sports game. That's just really random. This is very off topic. It's just me rant at this point. I swear to God, you could drop me off at any random sport in the world. Put me like a cricket ground or something. I'll happily go watch cricket. I just like watching sports as well. It's part of the reason why I like motorsport because it's different as well. Other sports, like your rugby, your football, all that. They're not all the same, but you're always a ball. And then now you got cars going vroom, and that's sick. But yeah, no, it's all just cool sports. Let's be honest. And then Dylan changed his name to Dylan _78 now because, well, why not?
What I will say is, it's one thing for us standing beside the track, waving flags at you, telling you what you can and can't do, where you're meant to be at any particular time. It takes a lot of guts to physically get yourself sat on one of these machines and twisting the handlebars
Yeah,
to go as quick. do. So kudos to everybody that's actually racing out there on the bikes and the cars as well. You've got to have some kudos to go out there and drive these
Oh no,
cars the
but
way they
you've got
drive.
to admit, though, the bikes is a lot more terrifying. I mean, you're
Oh,
telling
definitely.
me that this dude sat on a bike and the only protection he's got is a leather suit he's got on. Granted, they're quite good protection, leather suit, helmet, like it's good stuff. But like, in your legend car, you've got all the legend car around you. If you go off on a bike, you're hitting the tarmac. I mean, that's terrifying to me. You know, I could never do that.
Mhm. Not,
Maybe with some
not
good
denying
money, I could, but not for free. I'm not paying to do it.
it. There was a meme I seen the other day, actually. It was on Facebook, I think it was, and it was in the one of these big, massive bike series around the world. I can't mind what they call it, to be fair. And this guy came off. He must have came off at 100 miles an hour, but the way he came off, he slid along the tarmac, and he hit like a bump in the ground, and it pushed him up, and he just stood up and started walking.
Oh yeah,
It's
no,
really,
in the gravel trap. Yeah, no, I mind that.
yeah.
In Moto 2 or what's it? Yeah.
Was it
And then
MotoGP or
Charlie's
something?
just saying in chat there, the adrenaline at the start is insane. And quote, the adrenaline is like if you lost a leg. And yeah, they've been racing like 6 years old on these bikes. I know Charlie last season was doing mini motos halfway through before he transferred to
Right.
his class. What was his French class next? I don't know. Yeah, Iron Man TT is insane. You know,
Charlie, I've watched some bits of the Isle of Man TT, and I think I would have a
Iron
heart
Man I'll
attack watching
watch
some of these
sometimes.
racing.
I remember it was a Guy Martin who did it years ago now at the big crash.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that. But it's Iron Man TT is ridiculous. Like it's like if you took F1 back 70 years and then put on a motorbike. You know? It's
Mm.
crazy what they do.
Yeah.
Like you think the old spa layout is mental.
But what I'll say is, every one of those people on a bike doing the Isle of Man TT has got some set of kahunas on them to do
Oh,
that. That takes some bravery to do that. They're going around corners at 160 and they're inches from the wall. Do you know what I mean?
yeah. And then Charles correct me, it wasn't many mortals. Super mortals, something like that. I don't know. I see it. You get my point. I don't know. But yeah, Isle of
Come
Man
on,
is
Aaron. I
just
thought these
mental to
guys
me.
were your friends. Do you not take interest in what they're doing?
No, I didn't. It's a very complex friendship, okay? In primary school, like, we did not get on. Like, I remember we did not get on much in primary school. So I never really talked to him that much about bike racing in primary school. But then after high school, as we got into high school, we started talking more and more. And it's not bad.
Yeah, it's amazing how
Yeah, see,
friendships develop.
do it. Super more. Full knowledge. Got it. Easy. Trust. Know it from start. Yeah. Great. I used to got the motor part on.
That's very, very
Motor
true.
part right. I can't talk. Honestly, man. Somebody
Right,
take away my
hey,
speech box.
I'm going to wrap it up because that's 10
Yeah,
past
I think that's
9
a good
now.
idea.
I'm going to let Robbie. I'm going to wrap this up.
Yeah. Now I'll get made fun of in the group chat 'cause I can't do this.
That's all right. You just sit there
Chilling.
and be quiet. It's absolutely fine.
Yes. Rugby as well.
Aaron,
We used to play
back
the same rugby team. Hmm? What?
go
I
and sit at
wasn't
the back of the
listening.
class for 30 seconds, right? I didn't mean literally, metaphorically.
I'm chilling.
So, guys, that's Aaron in the background chilling away. We're going to call this podcast done for the day. It's been 45 minutes as we've been rambling about Formula One, British touring cars, and the Scottish Championship bike racing up at Knockhill. Remember, guys, if you want to go along to this weekend's Scottish Bike Championships, you can still get your tickets online at knockhill.com/events, or you can still buy your tickets, or you can still get it's on the gate at the day. Bike racing is absolutely phenomenal racing, guys. It's so fast, and these guys they're very, very brave to do what they do. That's all I'm going to say on that matter. We have our website. We have fromthebanking.co.uk. We also have all our socials. You can find us on all the socials at From the Banking. Just look for the little logo, which you'll probably find down here on the YouTube video on the side of your podcast listing that you're listening to. So I'm going to leave Aaron in the background, going to sleep against his window by the looks of it. Thank you very much to everyone in the chat. It's been great. seeing all your messages and that coming through, and it's gave us some little bit of an insight into the motorbikes, which I personally knew nothing about. So, thanks very much, guys, and we'll see you all next week. Cheery bye!
Bye, guys.